Hey there guys, it's Rick Utzer here with AirgunWeb and AirgunWebTV, and this is our first episode this year of Going Ballistic. Now, we're doing things a little bit differently. Instead of using multiple guns, we're using one gun because this gun, we can use all these different barrels. So we go from 22, 25, 30, 35, all on the same gun, adjustable regulator, just very awesome. I want to say thank you to JSAR for providing the Raptor for this video. Also, we're using ClearBallistics because they have the best stuff. It's super clear. When you're shooting this stuff and you're filming it, you want to see what's going on, and they have just the best gel. So thank you to ClearBallistics, ATN, giving us that footage for the scope footage. But none of that would really even matter if you didn't have pellets. And so we want to say thank you to JSB for hooking us up this year, letting us do this series. Today's episode is called Respect the Polymag. Guys, this pellet has been around a very long time. How long? Well, I started way back when, and my very first sort of air gun thing was in Virginia. This was probably back in, the little one was really little. So we're talking 12 years, maybe 11, 12 years ago, I'm thinking. And we got there and I met Dick Dixon from Predator International, and they had the Polymag. This thing's been around forever, and it's an awesome hunting pellet. Why is it so good? Well, you can see in the gel why it's so good. So let's talk a little bit about kind of the characteristics of this pellet and why I love it as a hunting pellet. So the Polymag has a little teeny red tip on the front, and what it does is it actually gives you that initial penetration, and then the pellet just go like that. Now, we're shooting out of the Raptor today. We're shooting well over 1,000 feet per second. I think that may be a little fast for the Polymags, at least in 22 and 25, because you know what you really want is something to just go flat and go just flatten out, which would be great. These hit so hard they actually concave backwards. Is that the right word? It's kind of inverted the hollow point, and gosh, we got great penetration, great impact, but I think if we could have slowed this down just a little bit more, we could have had them just flatten out, which would have maybe even been better. But as they were, gosh, just devastating. I can only imagine what this would do to small game. So let's take a look at the 22. So here's the 22 here, and you can see in the 22 we actually passed into the second block, which that's a lot of penetration. This ballistics gel is pretty tough stuff. For it to pass all the way through, having that expansion, it's really moving, guys. It's really pushing. The 22, we were shooting at 1,090 feet per second, and we were getting 42 and some change foot-pounds. That's in a 22. That's 40 plus foot-pounds in a 22. Switch over to the 25. Okay, so the 25, we didn't actually get to the second block. Kind of cool. I think, you know, the larger cross-section of the pellet, when it entered, it mushroomed, but it's wider, so it kind of really absorbed more of that energy into that first block, and it was a lot of energy. I think if we look here at the paper, looking at almost 64 foot-pounds of energy. So we had a, let's see, we're talking about a 26 grain pellet doing 1,050. Yeah, 1,050 with a 26 grain pellet. It's gonna do some damage, and as you guys can see in the block, it does damage. Just a massive wound channel, big sort of bulbous mushroomy thing. You can imagine what that's gonna do to small game. That's why the Polymags have been around for so long, and they're still really a very popular pellet for hunting enthusiasts. Just a great pellet. If you wanna take small game, you gotta respect the Polymag. So whether you're shooting 22 or you're shooting 25, a great option. Now on our next episode, we take the Polymag and we go big bore. I know you guys have been wanting to see this for a long time, and we're finally gonna do it. So next episode, we're gonna have the 30 and 35 cal Polymags. We're gonna see what they do in ballistics gel. I already know what they do. I'll just tell you, it's awesome. Guys, that's gonna be it for now. My name's Rick Utzer. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors that are helping us out and getting this done this year. This is Going Ballistic. Respect the Polymag, guys. See you next time.